YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here, and I welcome you all to the Top Deck Tournament Finals. Yeah, I am your host, Zapdos TCG here. Thanks again for watching our TCG video on my channel, by the way. And yeah, on the left side we have the Decidueye versus Yveltal. So these are the decks that made it all the way to the finals in this little segment of the channel, the Top Deck Tournament. Just know that the Top Deck Tournament will return in a month or three when the Guardians Rising decks have already been made. We are just trying to complete all the decks before testing things out. Alright, on the left side, of course, the Decidueye has Vileplume. That can be really irritating for the opponent, that prevents him from playing item cards. And we all know that Yveltal likes to use Max Elixir, Fury Belt and all kind of shenanigans just to have that ultimate damage going on. Also, we know that Garbodor is in the deck of Yveltal to make sure that the abilities are shut down, which means Item Lock is shut down and the Feather Arrow of the Decidueye as well. So we do see a mulligan on the Yveltal player side, so the Decidueye player can get one extra card, which will definitely help it out because it's a setup deck. And wow, a second mulligan. That is something you never want to see in a match like this where the Decidueye player gets mulligans like that. Lucky that the Yveltal player can start. So yeah, we see there's the mulligans going on. So 3 mulligans going for the Decidueye player, and we get things underway. So Yveltal player starts the match with Oblivion Wing Yveltal, also known as Baby Yveltal, and an Ultra Ball is coming down straight from the bat, getting rid of a double Carlos energy and an N. The thing we know is that there's also a special charge in the deck of the Yveltal player just to get those double Carlos energies back, so it's not a bad Ultra Ball play right there. So the player is now checking his deck to see what is priced, what options he has, if Garbodor is not priced, the float stone amount and stuff. So things are going on their way. So another Ultra Ball here, and he gets rid of the special charge and the Max Elixir. Now you might question that, but yeah, the thing here is that there are still 3 double Carlos energies in the deck. And with that Ultra Ball, he got out the Trubbish, which means he will definitely have a Shaman in the hand. So the thing you can do right now is draw cards while having that Trubbish set up. The thing you want is attaching that Float Stone as fast as possible on that Trubbish. So yeah, Shaman for 5 cards is not bad at all. So that will get him cards, and hopefully, yes, there is the Float Stone already on turn 1. So that is huge for the Yveltal player because, yeah, even in an item lock, you can still evolve and get that ability lock going on. So Professor Kukui coming here, and we see a Friday Night Yveltal being benched and a Shaman for 2. So he's definitely getting all the resources as quickly as possible. So a pretty nice setup. We don't see Yveltal EX yet on the field. You might question that is not a good thing, but you can just bench it out of nowhere. There is still 1 bench space over. So yeah. I think that is it. Yeah, the first turn of the finals have been underway. So now to the Decidueye player. And the Decidueye player uses Trainer's Mail first. That's something the Decidueye player mostly does because he runs 4 copies because Trainer's Mail definitely helps him getting out that Vileplume as fast as possible, getting that item lock going on. So what will we see next? So there's a lot of doubt. We see Forest of Giant Plants evolving to the Decidueye straight from the bat. First evolving to Darkrai and then to the Decidueye thanks to the ultimate power of the Forest of Giant Plants. Lugia EX is being benched, then a Rainbow Energy coming down on the Decidueye, while a Float Stone is being attached to the Oddish. While there's a Sycamore, Lysander got thrown away here, but that's not a problem for the Decidueye. He can get that back with that Hollow Hunt GX, of course. Now, Trainer's Mail again. That first one was not successful, but this time the player gets an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball means so he can just discard 2 cards from his hand and get one of the Pokemon that he wants, maybe a Shaman, maybe an evolution line, a key item to have his item log as fast as possible. So we see a Gloom also evolved thanks to the Force of Giant Plants and a Feather Arrow coming down on Trubbish, which is actually huge because Garbodor has 100 HP, which means that if you get 1 Lysander, you can one-shot that Garbodor even if there's an ability lock. So that sniping is really huge. Also an Ultra Ball here. And got rid of that Ultra Ball, that Rainbow Energy and something else. And now there will probably be a Shaman, or there we see a Vileplume instead. So he's prompting that Vileplume over the Shaman because he might have maybe some supporters in the hand and he wants that item lock as soon as possible. He doesn't want to see those annoying tool cards anymore. So we do have to be afraid that Garbodor is in the opponent's hand, but yeah. That's why the Vileplume got out really quickly, that if he wants to Ultra Ball for the Garbodor, it doesn't work like that. And now we see a Hollow Hunt GX getting 3 cards from the discard back, and that is Rainbow, Sycamore, and Lysander, I believe. So, yeah. Wow, we do immediately see that Garbodor, so it was in the hand all along, so that Vileplume did nothing. So all abilities are shut down right now because there is a Float Stone on the Garbodor, and now we see an Ultra Ball going for Yveltal EX. Yveltal EX hits the field, so yeah, this is a really interesting matchup here because both players are really skilled, and we will see who will come out on top here, Decidueye or Yveltal, so that is something to see here. We don't see any energies on the Yveltal player side, so we have to be yeah, waiting for that. So there is an escape rope. Items are allowed once again because Garbodor is on the field with a Float Stone, so you can now play all the items, and the Sycamore for a fresh hand of 7 is huge. You can use everything in the hand. All the items are still allowed right now thanks to Garbodor. So Fighting Fury Belt immediately going down on that Yveltal EX, making it stronger, better, faster, stronger, giving it 10 HP. Yeah, 40 extra HP and 10 extra damage is really great. It will be replaced, however, with Choice Band in the future, so that is something to look forward to on the channel. Guardians Rising will get a huge amount of screen time on the channel, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. I already made a ton of weekly episodes. I make competitive TCG episodes, if you haven't noticed already, every Wednesday on the channel, so be sure you are subscribed. Anyhow, we continue on, and we see that the Yveltal player definitely got a double Chaos Energy in play, which is not bad. We also see an Ultra Ball here on the Decidueye player, so the Yveltal player just skipped. Also, Reverse Valley is in play, so no more Forest of Giant Plants. Ultra Ball. And what will the Decidueye player get out? A Shaymin EX. Shaymin EX is still so good in the format. Tapu Lele will definitely, yeah, be a great partner in crime, because if you want a great supporter, then Tapu Lele is the go. If you just want draw support and you want to use another supporter, then you just use that, yeah, Shaymin. Now we see something interesting here. Beedrill EX, one of the more underrated cards, and Beedrill EX makes the Yveltal matchup way more interesting here, because that first attack Tool Scraper can get rid of two tool cards on the opponent's side of the field, which is huge. It can get rid of the Float Stone and a Fighting Fury Belt, so that EX attack is still something great here. We also see Level Ball and the Rainbow Energy coming down on yeah, that Beedrill EX, and also Lysander went down on the Garbodor, so that Garbodor will get stuck. And we also see Level Ball not going for Rowlet this time around. There is a Meowth being benched, and now we have a full bench space of 5 on both players' fields, so great matchup right there. The Beedrill EX will be a pain for the Yveltal player, because those tool cards get removed, and the Yveltal player is stuck. He has to attach energies to Garbodor right now because he is stuck. So an end coming down. The player hopes that he can get some energies, because Garbodor will be stuck for quite a while, and that is something you don't want to see. So no items are allowed anymore, because yeah, Garbodor does not have a tool card anymore, and this is how it goes. The Field Blower definitely helps the Decidueye a lot in a certain matchup like this, so that I think the Muk will see a lot of more play in the future. So we do see a pass from the Yveltal player, so he is item locked, and now a manual retreat from the Beedrill into that Meowth. Yeah, that Meowth can snipe for 50 damage anywhere to something with yeah, damage. So we see a Feather Arrow, 20 damage, and then 50 damage from the attack of Meowth, 70 damage in total on Yveltal EX without the Fury Belt. So in this situation, we see that Yveltal player is completely stuck. There is not much he can do. He can attach energies to the Garbodor, but yeah, he just wants to maybe if he runs Olympia, that can be his way out. So now we see a Sycamore. Wow, a ton of cards getting thrown away. So yeah, he's pointing out that he also had Lysander, but that wouldn't do nothing, because yeah, everything can attack on the field. So he did not use Lysander, he used Sycamore instead. And he attaches a manual energy to the Yveltal EX, so maybe he has Olympia in the deck. We don't actually know, but maybe he could have attached to the Garbodor instead. But yeah, that's just how it goes. And yeah, sniping continues. Combination of Feather Arrow and that attack of Meowth, getting that Yveltal EX up to 140, and bam, we see a scoop right there, because Yveltal player was really losing his mind, because he was stuck with Garbodor, and there was no way he could get that out of the active position without using the item like Escape Rope, Float Stone, and anything like that. So a really great combo with Beedrill. So yeah, the first round goes to the Decidueye GX, so we'll have to see how the second round goes in the finals here. So the Yveltal player will start first this time around, and hopefully no mulligans, so no mulligans on either player's side, so that is good. Yveltal EX back into the active position, which is good, which is something he couldn't do in his last match because of that item lock situation. So an Ultra Ball coming down straight away, removing the N and then yeah, Ninja Boy. The Ninja Boy can be quite huge if it has an amount of damage on one of his bench Pokemon thanks to the sniping, so he has to get that back with VS Seeker, but first he has to get out Garbodor, otherwise all the items are blocked. Again, we see on the Decidueye player already an Oddish and a Rowlet on the field, so it'll be really yeah, devastating for the opponent to get rid of a Vileplume. And now an Ultra Ball for the Shaman, and another Ultra Ball getting rid of Escape Rope and Sycamore for... You might have predicted already, of course, there will be a Trubbish. That is always something you want to do. Getting out that Trubbish with, while you're playing Yveltal, and then getting that Floatstone attached as fast as possible. That way the opponent has to use a Beedrill, otherwise there's nothing you can do, all the abilities are shut down. No more sniping, no more item lock, so this is the strategy of Yveltal. Yveltal has yeah, already an energy, and now we see a Max Elixir on some of the bench Pokemon, so he maybe can attach something on the Trubbish to prevent that situation from last time, but no energies inside. Also, a fun fact is that the Altar of the Moon is something that the Yveltal player will consider when upgrading to Guardians Rising, because yeah, now we see Sycamore, yeah, explaining here that getting 2 less retreat cost on your Psychic Pokemon will be, yeah, really huge. You can retreat then if he has Darkness Energy. That is awesome. Okay, now we see Trainer's Mail for a Floatstone. The Floatstone is back on its first turn, just like last time, so there's nothing bad going on with Yveltal player. He plays yeah, really aggressively and quite good. He has a Floatstone attached, the Trubbish in play. Now he has energies and on the active Yveltal EX, so that is good. It's way better than last time having that Oblivion Way on the active position, but that didn't even matter because of that Lice in the last game. So we see even a Fighting Fury Belt attached on his first turn, so everything is looking really brightly for the Yveltal player. Really nice right there. So the final is far from over. We have to see how the Decidueye player reacts to that first amazing setup. Ultra Ball is the first thing the Decidueye player does, and we see getting rid of Dartrix and Sycamore probably, so if I saw that correctly. So there's Jolteon. This is something we didn't see last game. Jolteon, it can be really disruptive because you can attack and then your opponent cannot attack it because of that Flash Rays effect, so it cannot be attacked by basic Pokemon, and the Yveltal player has all basic attackers, so that is a nice strategy, getting that Jolteon instead of getting a Shaman as usual. So now we see Lava Ball. Lava Ball will get something out of the deck. The Decidueye player checking what is priced and gets out Dartrix. Dartrix is a nice option here because I do saw that Decidueye in the hand, and we will see Decidueye again on the first turn of the Decidueye player. So sniping is in town, which is always something you want if you see Trubbish, otherwise it's really hard to knock it out in one blow. So another Lava Ball is coming down, and then there is Gloom and then a Trainer's Mail. That Gloom is already looking to be very scary because yeah, that Trainer Mail got out that Floatstone. With Floatstone, evolving to Vileplume is really devastating. You cannot Lysandre it out and stall because it has a Floatstone, so, and there's no way of getting rid of it even with Field Blower or something like that because, yeah, item lock. Okay, sniping going down on Trubbish, and then the Decidueye player passes the turn. Now back to Yveltal. Yveltal already has a ton of energies. Bam! We see that he can actually deal 20, 40, 60, 80, 90 damage with Evil Ball, which is really good actually. If he gets another DC or something like that, next turn he can two-shot that Decidueye GX, which will be huge. But there is a Jolteon laughing him in the face, so he has to be careful of that indeed. So we do see Evil Ball going down 90 damage, and back to Decidueye GX. So yeah, your guys are just waiting to see who wins out on this top deck tournament. So we see a benching of an Oddish and an N. So the Decidueye player is prompting to build up another Vileplume in case that other one gets Lysandre down. And we also saw last turn that there was Garbodor in play, so no more sniping is allowed. And the thing that the Decidueye player has to do right now is destroy that Garbodor or destroy that Evil Ball with Jolteon. So there's no way he can get out of the active position without Float Stone. So we see Ultra Ball, getting rid of the Forest of Giant Plants and another Decidueye. And what will the Decidueye player get out? Probably a Shaymin EX would be the logical choice to draw into that Float Stone. But we could also see, yeah, we do see, wow, we see Beedrill. Also a nice option here. Beedrill can get rid of the Float Stone and the Fighting Fury Belt. He has to give up a prize, or actually 2 prizes with that attack if he gets knocked out. But definitely the great strategy right here. Otherwise, I don't see yeah, the Decidueye player winning. There's no item block, there's no sniping, so the best bet is Beedrill, of course. Decidueye player benches Rowlet, attaches a Rainbow Energy to the Decidueye, so we lose something strange here. And the Beedrill is getting benched, and then we see GX move Hollow Hunt GX, getting double Carlos Energy. And Sycamore, so we do see some recovery from the Decidueye player. The thing here is that Eeveelutions will definitely deal more damage yeah, on his next turn. So that was it for the Decidueye player's turn. Now back to Yveltal. Yveltal has, wow, really great. We see a Delinquent getting rid of Forest of Giant Plants and 3 cards of the Decidueye player's hand. With that, he only has 1 more card in the hand, and that will probably be Sycamore or DCE. And that we also see Yveltal with 5 energies attached, so he will be able to one-shot that Decidueye. So we do see the discarding of 2 double cards and an M, so the last card in the Decidueye player's hand is, of course, Sycamore. Also, Max Ledger is coming down on a benched Yveltal EX, so it's looking pretty good for that Garbodor Yvel player, so that is awesome. Yveltal striking back with vengeance, and we have to see, there are still options here for the Decidueye player. There's Jolteon and Beedrill, so kind of a toolbox right there with the Rainbow Energy. Wow, things are going great. Decidueye is getting destroyed, so the first 2 prizes go to Yveltal. Yveltal is taking the lead here, and now the Decidueye player has to think really wisely what to do next. Okay, we do see Sycamore after evolution to Dartrix, and the Sycamore will get a fresh hand of 7. So that Delinquent did not do that much, but it did discard 2 double Carlos energies, so that Jolteon won't be attacking anytime soon. And that is really great for Yveltal. We do see Vileplume, but it doesn't really matter in this situation. All the items are still allowed because Garbodor blocks the abilities, just stating that out there. This is maybe confusing for beginning players, but Garbodor with a Float Stone makes it so all the abilities are shut down. So even the Vileplume's ability is shut down, so items can still be used. We do see another benching of Rowlet, a Rainbow Energy coming down on the Beedrill, and Beedrill will go with Tool Scraper once again, discarding up to 2 of the tool cards on the opponent's side of the field, and that will definitely make it so, yeah, items are locked once again. Oh, what do we see? A Fighting Fury Belt. That is not allowed anymore, so the confusion out of the way. This is the finals. Everything is going as planned, where the Vileplume Irritating Pollen is in play and items are not allowed anymore. Yveltal does have a huge amount of energies. He only needs 1 extra energy to deal 160 damage to be able to destroy that Beedrill. So yeah, we do see another energy going down. Yveltal staring you down with a lot of energies is always a scary sight here, and I don't know how the Decidueye player will come back from another knockout that gets 2 prizes to Yveltal EX. So this is huge for Yveltal. And the Decidueye player is still not getting out anything. There's no Decidueye, only a Vileplume, so there's still item lock. He still has that going for it, and a potential Jolteon that can strike out of nowhere. So things can still happen. We see Professor Kukui coming down, extra 20 damage, so that energy was not needed at all, but he still attached it to the Yveltal to have that one-shot next turn with Lysander. So wow, what do we see? We see evolution, 1 Dartrix, and then a Decidueye, and also a Gloom, and then bang, an M. This N is huge. If there is a double Carlos energy, or something else for that matter, in the hand of the Decidueye player, that Yveltal EX will not be laughing as long as it did. So we'll have to see. So yeah, what can we expect at the closure of the finals here? What will we see from both players? Yeah, that M brought the opponent down to 2 cards, Yveltal, and yeah, we sniped There's a sniping feather arrow coming down on Yveltal, and Lugia with the double Carlos energy will get the knockout and dealing 160 damage, which is enough to destroy Yveltal EX, because 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160 damage on Yveltal EX, and that gives 2 prizes to the Decidueye player. So Lugia striking out of nowhere, and this will be more and more common in the future with Tapu Lele doing the exact same thing. So the Yveltal player has to rely on the other Yveltal to get to get a comeback from that. He still is item locked. He benches a Fright Knight and uses the N, which is the only thing he can do at the moment. He was down to a 2 cards hand, and yeah, there's not much you can do about that. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series, and this is a closure right here. So what do we see? 2 cards and the opponent's hand did not get he gets an energy, so he can attack 80 damage on the Lugia, which really is getting that Lugia on a 2-hit KO range. So we see Forest of Giant Plants. What can we expect if the opponent has an energy and a Lysander? Then the yeah, wow, what do we see? We see a Lysander coming down on Garbodor. So Garbodor is still stuck in the active position. Luckily, he still has yeah, to pick 4 prizes, that Decidueye player. So we see yeah, sniping coming down on the Yveltal player, and then 40 damage on the Garbodor. Now another N coming down. Wow, yeah, going down to the ages right here, because Garbodor is stuck. Yveltal player has to attach manual energies to get out of the active position as quickly as possible, to then use Lysander and get the win right there. But there are a ton of double Carlos energies in the discard already, so, and yeah, we don't know what will happen right now. So another sniping coming down on that Yveltal, and looks like the yeah, there's a Sycamore coming down. There was an energy in there, but he was hoping to attach a double Carlos energy in this situation, and he does have still some energies left in his deck. We do see Reverse Valley slapping it down, and Garbodor is stuck. Oh wow, what a twist of events. The Decidueye player keeps sniping on Yveltal EX without attacking the Garbodor, and the Yveltal player has to skip turn after turn, while the same thing happens over and over again. Decidueye sniping Yveltal EX down to the very end, and a Parallel City coming down, so there has to be 2 cards from the Decidueye player to the discard. They go right there. We see that Gloom is going to the discard together with a Dartrix, so the Jolteon is being kept in play. So sniping still coming down on Yveltal, and it looks like this will be the closure right there. Oh, there's a double Carlos energy on Garbodor. There is still hope. But now there's a Lysander, so it doesn't even matter right here. Lysander coming down on Yveltal, and then, yeah, if he attached that Darkness energy, he would have gotten out that Garbodor way quicker out of the active position. So there's that. So in this situation, he already knows that there's no way he can win. So he actually promoted an energy to the Shaman. So this is it. Instead of scooping, he attaches an energy to the Shaman and gives up that way. So this is kind of funny. So we see the Decidueye player winning the tournament, the top deck tournament. Congratulations. I hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. If you did, check out all the videos, and yeah, show your support and give your thoughts and opinion in the comment section below. Anyway, this was Zapdos TCG here. Thanks again for watching another TCG video on my channel. I was so happy you were there, and I'll be seeing you guys soon with more TCG videos about the trading card game and of course Guardians Rising. See you guys soon. Peace out.